Welcome back, guys. Great to have you. Today we're going to break down a little breathing exercise. We call it the Ujjayi Breath in yoga. It's also referred to as the whisper breath or the ocean breath, or some even say the Darth Vader breath, just purely because of the sound that you make as you are breathing this way. But I love the Ujjayi breath because it is the quickest, most simplest way to engage that vagus nerve that I've talked about a few times in these trauma-sensitive classes. The vagus nerve is the longest nerve that runs throughout your body, from the brainstem all the way through the back of the throat, through the heart, lungs, into the digestive system. And that nerve, when stimulated, it stimulates the parasympathetic or the calming nervous system. So oftentimes when we're in high stress situations, when we are feeling anxious or scared or whatever it might be, if we can engage this Ujjayi breath, it will just quickly engage that vagus nerve, which will start to help slow the heart rate down, and it'll take that physical response out of the body, out of the stress or the trauma, whatever it might be. So let's go ahead and give it a try. So as we do so, just find a comfortable seat. You can be seated in a chair, on the floor, wherever you are. You can even do this standing in line at the grocery store. You know, if something triggers or comes up, you can do this breath anywhere. But in order to find that breath, let's first just bring awareness to how we're breathing right now in this moment. So you're always welcome to close those eyes, but again, you definitely don't need to. So you can always just find a gentle downward gaze, or maybe just find one spot to focus on. And let's just take a moment or two to notice the breath. Noticing if you naturally breathe through the nose or the mouth. Noticing just the pace of your natural breath. Do you naturally breathe a little bit quicker? Or maybe you find just by bringing awareness to the breath, it starts to slow down on its own. And just maybe notice the depth of your breath as well. Do we breathe just into the upper part of the chest? Do we breathe a little bit deeper into the belly? Just observing without judgment. No need to analyze why you breathe a certain way or anything like that. Just recognizing how you breathe naturally when you don't even think about it. And then let's start to find that ocean-like sound with that breath. So let's breathe together here. So just finishing that next breath out. And as you breathe in, let's take a breath in through the nose. But we're going to breathe out through the mouth, just nice and slow. Start to sigh it out. So let's try a couple breaths like that. In through the nose and slowly out through the mouth. 3 more like that. As you breathe out, try to create that sound like you do when you're going to fog up a mirror that's in front of you. Just starting to listen for the sound of your own breath. It should be loud enough for you to be able to hear it. Or maybe if someone was sitting next to you, they might be able to hear your breath as well. It's not a forced breath, but just a subtle, audible sound. 1 more breath like that. Let's try in through the nose. And slowly out through that mouth, making the sound. Awesome. Okay, now let's try keeping the mouth closed. If at any point, though, it feels overwhelming or uncomfortable, feel free to open the mouth and breathe that way. But just continuing to breathe. Try to create that same sound, but with the mouth closed. It takes a little bit of focus, a little bit of practice, but let's just try a few times together. In through the nose. And out through the nose. Just continuing to breathe, listening for the sound. You might even be able to feel the breath coming out through the back of the throat. It's a very, very slight constriction through the back of the throat in order to create that ocean-like sound. So just continue to explore with that breath a few more times, just as I explain a few benefits of this breath. Again, the biggest benefit being engaging that vagus nerve. But also when we breathe through the nose, it helps to humidify the air as it comes into the body, in through the nose, into the throat, and then into the rest of the body. As we slow down that breath out, and as we're really focused on using the back of the throat to breathe out and to create that sound, it helps to just tune our focus in to our breath, right? You can't really breathe, use that Ujjayi breath without thinking about it. Well, after practice, you will, but initially. So it helps to improve that concentration and keep that focus in the moment. Another benefit, it helps to create and build some heat from within, from inside the body. Which, especially as maybe you're warming up to begin a yoga practice or whatever it might be, starting to engage that diaphragm even more to press that air out, starts to build some heat, and just many other benefits. So let's try 3 more of those Ujjayi breaths together, and then once more we'll just check in with the breath, with the mind, with the body. So just wherever you're at, continue to breathe, listening for the sound of that breath as you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Maybe try one more breath like that. And then just go ahead and let go of that Ujjayi breath, allowing the body to come back to its natural breath that you generally do without focusing or thinking about it. And just check in where the mind is at. Maybe the head feels a little bit clearer. Maybe you feel the same as when you began, and that's okay too. But I would just encourage you to try this breath throughout your day. When you start to feel the heart rate rising, when you start to feel anxious or just uncomfortable, maybe you continue to practice yoga today and you get in a not so comfortable posture or stretch. Try to find that Ujjayi breath and see how it can help. But like with anything, it takes practice. So thank you for joining me today on this brief video, but I hope that it helps and gives you just another tool to add to your toolbox to help you throughout your days. Have a wonderful rest of your day and just continue to breathe. Namaste.